Hello and welcome to the MAQErCAST. This is episode 4 and I'm joined by Pat, who's a pop music expert and our head of people ops. So we're going to talk about all things people, staying happy at work, some of the challenges of working in people ops, all types of really cool stuff that, you know, we're good to find out about. So Pat, to break the ice a little bit, what's made you happy this week?
I would say the upcoming trip to Pattaya tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, and hoping to see everyone there and, you know, relax together, getting to know each other a little bit more, apart from, you know, talking about work. We can get to know each other and talk about our personal lives.
Yeah, it's good to do stuff outside of work with people you work with because you actually get to know them a bit.
Yeah,
you know? It's like people open up and like the barriers come down. It's really good for like team building.
Yeah,
stuff.
sure. That's a good chance.
My choice is much more trivial, again, as it always is. It's I've been playing the Resident Evil 4 remake.
Oh,
It's really fun. Yeah, so shooting zombies every night at the moment. Which
nice. Every night?
Every
wow.
night, yeah. 2 hours a night. That's like my gaming time. I sit there, but I'm stuck on it at the moment.
Time well spent.
It's very productive. Very productive.
Very. You know how to manage your time well.
Well, yes. Yeah, I do. I'm very organised. I'm super organised. And speaking of being organised, we will start with the questions.
Yeah.
So, Pat, can you explain what People Ops does?
Yes, so people ops for short, in full is people operation. So we are focusing on employee engagement, retention, and employee development.
Okay, so that covers recruitment, training.
That's a part of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so when you say employee engagement, what does that refer to? Does that refer to sort of how people feel engaged with their work at MAQE, or is there a different kind of metric?
There are different kind of aspects. You are right to say that we are looking to get people to engage with our work, but we also looking for people to get engaged with each other, like making connection, talking to each other, and being happy at work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how is that? Because I myself, I get confused sometimes. So is it just like HR, or is there a bigger difference than that? There is a difference.
We fall under the same umbrella of HR, but at the end, the difference is we are the reinvent of HR. So we are the new modern HR.
Oh,
so whereas HR are focusing on processes, structural, legal, and compliance, we are looking, or people ops are looking to get people to be engaged, to be happy, to be fulfilled at work on their personal level and at work as well.
Oh, okay. So do you think it's more of a kind of look more at the culture of the company than the kind of typical?
Yes, it's more
HR
leaning
stuff.
on the cultural side of the company. So we are looking to make the culture better, maintain the culture, and develop the culture.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. So that can kind of like bind people together.
Yes.
And get like buying through the company. And
absolutely.
all of that good stuff. So this is kind of an odd question, but I think it's a good one, and a good one for the people out there.
Yep.
Is that what do you think makes MAQE different to other workplaces?
Ooh, I might not be the best person to answer that question. You better ask someone else, someone around here. But for me, there isn't any differences in how we operate or how we manage our people. But I would say it's all about making the first experience matter. Okay. So I would say on the first day of when the new joiner join us, I think they can feel the sense of connection straight away from day one. So on my boarding, or what I usually do on my onboarding, is just to break the ice, completely break the ice. I'm not looking just getting them to understand who we are and how we run our businesses or our directions. I want to get to know them on the personal level. What are they like? What do they do outside of work? And what kind of personality they have? Yeah, something like that. And I think everyone can, sense that, it's different than other company of how we do stuff around here, because like we are looking to like get the connection ready on the day one. Yeah, and a lot of the new joiners have feedback that we are really good at getting people together and try to make people feel at ease on the first day. And I think that that's a really good feedback. And there's one more thing. The people who left us in the past have decided to come back to work with us.
Right.
Like, yeah, we have a lot of higher return rate in the past. So I'm really, really proud of that. So
that's incredible.
Yeah.
Right, so we actually kind of think of ourselves as kind of a people first company, don't
Yes.
we?
Yes,
and that, from what you're saying, that connection that people feel when they come in, like it sounds like we prioritize getting to know the person as much as anything in the onboarding process. Is that accurate, do you think? Or?
Yes, it is. That's what we're trying to do. Yeah.
Excellent. So this question's possibly a bit complex, but yeah, we'll get into it, see where it goes. Yeah. In the last episode, we spoke about MOS. So what does MOS and the new structure we have at MAQE mean for people ops? Has it changed what you do day to day or anything like that?
I would say the change in MOS have made a big impact on what we do, because there's a structural change. And first thing, we need to be the change leader and, trying to make stuff happen, and then try to cascade down the direction of the company and make everyone aligned. That's the toughest job right now. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, that's difficult even even if you have a more typical organizational structure. That's really hard. Yeah, so I know you're very, very busy with this stuff at the moment. So yeah. So one thing that makes MAQE different to some other companies, especially in Thailand, is we have unlimited remote work.
Yeah.
How has this been challenging for people ops? Has it made things easier or harder? Like, has it been tough for you to work around?
I wouldn't say it's an easy job. Let's say that in the past 2 years, the pandemic happened, and that was really a tough time for every single one of us here, not just MAQE, right? So we need to adapt quickly to all the changes. One of the things that happened suddenly was, before that, we were able to see people face to face and interacted with everyone face to face. But when the pandemic happened, we cannot do that anymore. So the first thing that I need to do is trying to learn how to pick up the feeling or sense of emotion of everyone by hearing their voices. Because sometimes people, when we're working in social distancing, we cannot see each other. So we can only see each other on camera, on Zoom, on Google Hangout, or whatever platform we use, right?
Yeah.
And not every people are comfortable with opening up their cameras.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So first thing that I need to do is just I need to learn how to pick up the emotion through their sounds. And that's even like a tougher job.
Yeah, there's a lot of gaps to kind of fill when you don't have body language to work with or anything like
exactly.
that. And especially doing what you do and trying to get to know the person who joins, like in onboarding or whatever. That, like doing that remotely is really, really tough.
Yeah, and sometimes I need to like help them to solve the problems as well. They may have like personal problems that they that needed to be solved or something like that. So that's even make it harder. And another main thing that I could think of that makes it even more of a challenge is to get everyone engaged at the same time that we are doing the social distancing. It's like, I was like, how on earth I'm gonna do that? Where everyone is like all over the place, all over the world, and we work at homes or cafe or wherever we want to. And it's been really a tough job.
Did it get easier over time to handle that, or?
I wouldn't. Well, I would say that it gets easier, through the time. But it takes a lot of initiatives. Takes a lot of efforts. Just to do that.
It's tough. I mean, do you personally? Do you prefer working remote than coming in, or do you like to do a mix of the two, like hybrid? Or
for me, I want to do a mix. Actually, I want to remote, like maybe once in a while, and then come into the office once in a while, just to get to interact with the actual person.
Sure. Yeah. I know what you mean. I think hybrid work. I think that's probably the direction most of it is going to go into, I think. But I think remote work's a great option, especially if someone's got kids or something. It's really good.
Yeah, it's convenient for them.
During the pandemic, we had to do it. It was sort of the only way. Yeah. So it was lucky we were kind of already prepared for it in a lot of ways, I think. So the next question. If you could add another different way of working to what we do at MAQE, what would it be? What would you like to see?
Oh, this one is a tough question. For this one, I think I'm the person who has a lot of ideas. Some of them are practical and some of them are not so practical. And some of them are up on a cloud, so help me God on that. If I can share with you, I've been thinking about our company's direction recently. So basically that's to the new way of work. And I've been thinking myself, what's the new way of work for me? So, and there are a lot of thoughts that came into my head. So we work 5 days a week, and then in the future, is this going to be practical anymore? So what if we can have a workplace where everyone can have a second job or a third job, or not like single source of income? How can we translate that into reality and make that work? So that's interesting for me. So just to get a thought like that in my head and keeps me going. What if this happened? What if that happened? And how can we make it
how do you change to kind of take especially things like new technology and things like that? We're probably heading into quite a time of disruption with technological changes, and also the economy looks like it might be a bit tough and things like that. So adapting to different realities is probably something that you have to think a lot about.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one another challenge that we need to go through.
Indeed. Yeah, that's a tough one. It'll take more than a podcast to wrap that up. What's one tip that you would give to people out there or in MAQE to help them stay happy at work? stay motivated, or just to feel a good sense of satisfaction?
Okay, I think I have more than one tip actually.
Oh, as many as you like. We got the time.
So just getting to know yourself throughout is the most important thing. And then keep learning, never stop learning, share often, and surround yourself with good vibe or good people with good energy. Yeah, I think that's the key thing that will keep us going and being happy at work.
That's very true. Like, you spend a lot of time at work or working remotely. If you can get on with the people you work with, that's 90% of the battle, really. It kind of makes, if you work with people you don't particularly like, it makes work not very enjoyable.
Yeah.
But if you're working for a good company with good people, it kind of helps you stay positive about your job, I think.
Absolutely.
So definitely onto something there. So we just talked about staying happy at work, but there's also challenges to work. So what is the toughest part of your job?
Ooh, the toughest part of my job would be balancing the business needs and the individual needs.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you are serving more of the business needs, the people will be unhappy, right? And vice versa. If you are serving the people's needs, then the business is gonna be not doing so good. I don't think so. So that's the toughest part of my job.
That's quite a key difference, because in terms of people ops versus HR, because I think in a lot of companies, HR is there to protect the company, right?
Yes.
Protecting the staff isn't really a concern, but you have a concern for protecting the staff and protecting the business, which is a tough,
need to balance,
to undertake. So I could see why that would be quite tricky. On the flip side of that, what do you think is the best part of your job?
The best part of my job, I think just to getting to know every single one of the people at the company on personal level and help them through their journey at MAQE. I think I enjoy that the most. That's the best part.
Do you enjoy the onboarding stage as well? Because you handle near enough all of that, don't you? So,
I actually enjoy every step.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Every step throughout of the employee experience.
Okay. Well, great. Well, thank you so much for your time, Pat. I know you're super busy. It's really appreciate you coming in. And also, we really appreciate you guys out there watching the MAQErCAST. So like and subscribe to the MAQE channel. We've also got a MAQE TikTok, which Pat actually runs, does a lot of cool stuff on there.
Yeah.
So check that out, subscribe on there, and I'll close it like a YouTuber. Like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.